Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to the Penway channel. It's been a while, but I'm back. Unai Emery's leaving the massive charge. And look what's happened tonight. Graham Potter's been sacked as Chelsea manager due to Aston Villa's fantastic result yesterday. Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 0 at Stamford Bridge. Unbelievable result. And that's Villa continuing to fly. And it's led tonight to the sacking of Graham Potter. Crazy, crazy. You know, Chelsea had been on a bad run anyway. But that result yesterday was the final nail in the coffin, and it's fantastic. Unai Emery's just seeing off managers. And Graham Potter, you know, he's felt the real wrath of being sacked. Unai Emery's tactically been great against a number of managers this season. You know, we've accumulated the third most points in the league after City and Arsenal. And Graham Potter's felt the wrath and he's been sacked from his position. Brilliant result, absolutely brilliant result. I haven't been on for a while. Last few games, you know, I think I missed Palace game. I missed the Bournemouth game. Fantastic results. We've accumulated great wins. And and it's continued. It really has continued. Before we get into the game, if you could like, comment, share and subscribe. I'm going to keep producing the content now. I'm back full time, back in it. So the content's going to keep coming. So like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And let's get this channel growing. Right then, into the game. So with the lineup first coming out, I thought, fantastic lineup. That's the strongest lineup we possibly have right now, I think. I think there's contentions with Bailey and him starting games. He hasn't been great recently. He's probably been the worst player in the squad of recent times compared to everyone else's level, even though I still think he's done his part. I think a lot of fans feel like Bailey could do more, and he hasn't been showing that. So, Bailey was sent to the bench. No Matty Cash, so Ashley Young slightly straight in at right back. Was fine with that. McGinn was pushed out to the right wing, and in came Boubacar Kamara back from fitness. So I was fully happy with the starting 11. I think most Villa fans can agree that's probably our strongest starting 11 right now. He had Ollie Watkins had scored 4 in a row previously before this. So, you know, you were just hoping Ollie could put one away. But starting lineup was strong. Moreno also starting for Digne now. I think he secured that position after his performances of recent dates. I think he's just better than Digne in both aspects of the game. And it was shown again yesterday. But let's get into the game. So, strong lineup for Villa. Potter, he did a few strange things that I thought we could get at them. Playing Cucurella at left centre-back as well as Koulibaly and Reece James at right centre-back. They've got players like Badiashile. I know Fofana and Silva weren't there, but, you know, Badiashile has been really good for them. He played well in the under-21s against England. I watched that game because, you know, I was watching Archer and Ramsey play. And he played really well. And it's strange, he's been really good for Chelsea, but he didn't start. And to see two players who are known as wing-backs starting at centre-back, we knew we could get at them. And Koulibaly's looked shaky since he's been at Chelsea. So, that was a good thing. You know, Loftus-Cheek playing right wing-back. Chilwell obviously was going to be the more advanced wing-back, which he was throughout the game. Kovacic was in the middle alongside Enzo Fernandez, and they played Mudryk, João Felix and Kai Havertz. Now, the attack, on paper, it looked strong, but I wasn't as worried as if other players. No Raheem Sterling, you know. N'Golo Kante, I thought he was going to start. I thought he was back, and that was kind of a player I was worried about because, you know, N'Golo Kante, when he's on form, he's on fire, is one of the best centre mids in the league. So I thought we could get at them, and something really did, especially in the first 10-15 minutes. The game opens up really end-to-end the first 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. We nearly conceded a stupid goal initially. Again, stick with this playing at the back. It really cost us against Leicester, but we've had a few sticky situations. I think we played one missed pass against Bournemouth, which McGinn messed up. Martinez to Kamara again, similar to the Leicester goals against us at home. Martinez plays it straight to Kamara. He doesn't realise Mudryk's on his back. Poor touch. Mudryk just straight onto it and then gets a shot off. And I thought that was signs to come because we didn't look strong in that sense. However, going forward, we were getting at Chelsea in the first 5-10 minutes. We were nipping the ball off Kovacic's feet. Ramsey was driving through to the box. And we had a few instances in that first 5 minutes where we were getting to the edge of the box, but it wasn't quite clicking. Again, McGinn played a bad pass across the centre on one instance, which led to Mudryk. So the game was really nitpicky. It was a bit all over the place. But yeah, the first real big chance comes to us. John McGinn gets the ball on the right wing, plays a lovely ball into Watkins. He's through on goal. We've created the space, and Watkins through on goal. It's a nice bit of build-up play, and he drags his shot wide, and that's it with Ollie Watkins. I mean, that's it with a lot of strikers. They'll miss big chances, but it's what they do when they get the next chance, and do they keep working for the chance? Do they let it get to their head? Again, after that, McGinn has a great opportunity with a great strike on the edge of the box, and he hits the bar. Lovely play down the wing, and I think it's Ramsey who gets through, manages to pull it across, and McGinn just rattles the bar. Unreal shot. It was kind of reminiscent of his shot against Crystal Palace, which he bagged. Was that last season? That goal he scored when we won 2-1. Reminiscent of that. Kepa beaten, and it's just unlucky he's hit the bar. So we had those two big chances, and then the goal comes. Wonderful play from Douglas Luiz. He skips past one player, brings the ball inside and plays a lovely, lovely ball over the top. Cucurella misreads the header, hits the top of his barnet, and he goes straight through to Watkins. Ball's bouncing. It's like, can you have composure here now? Kepa's in no man's land. Just lob him, and he lobs him beautifully. Great finish. 5-5 away from home for Ollie Watkins. Only player alongside Kane and Salah to score double figures in 3 consecutive seasons in the Premier League. So that's an outstanding record. And since Danny Ings has gone, he's just gone from strength to strength. He's been incredible. I think that's 10 GA since the World Cup or something stupid like that. Ridiculous numbers. He's on fire right now. And long may it continue, because he's absolutely on fire, and the confidence is still there to show. Having missed such a gilt-edged chance in the first few minutes, you think it would get to Watkins, but he never did. Straight through on goal. Lobs at Kepa, 1-0. And then from there on in, I thought, yeah, we were under the cosh. We were really under pressure. Kamara didn't look right. He didn't look fit at all. I think he got caught in a tackle with Kovacic, was it? He was trying to get back, and I think it's when he got his booking, he kind of tripped him up. It was a booking, and I think he tangled his knee as well, but he didn't look fit from the off, to be honest. And he's sloppy on the ball, wasn't turning quick enough, finding his pass, not like the Kamara we've known this season. So they had an onslaught. They had so many chances. João Felix was picking the ball up in areas where we couldn't get around it. We couldn't get close to him. But they had one big chance with Mudryk. They've played him through. Konsa, and the gap between Konsa and Young's too big. He's one-on-one. And that man, Emi Martinez, makes a great save. So he's made 2 great saves from Mudryk in the first 20-25 minutes. Chilwell was really getting at Ashley Young. They were really getting, because of the way they play so wide with the fullbacks, they were really getting at us on the outsides. And we weren't combating it, but getting into the second half, we'll talk about that and where I think we did. But yeah, they were really getting outflanking us, and then managing to get our players to stretch, and then coming through the middle. And they were really hurting us. Chilwell hit the post from like far out. He also tried to put one across, which no one was there for, and then he scored the header. For me, it was a foul. He's got his hands all over Ashley Young in the back, but I've seen those given as well. The referee's done well to spot that, but again, didn't really pick him up. It's intelligence from Ashley Young. It's something he really has in his locker, this experience. He knew the shove was coming, so he's taken it and gone down. But those could be given. So I thought we were very, very lucky to go in to half-time 1-0 up. Chelsea really were dominant after we scored, and yeah, they might have deserved to go in level or in the lead. So yeah, it was big problems. It was hard to watch those last 25 minutes, really on the edge of seats. And it's strange because that's something I haven't had with Emery since he's been here. Like against Spurs, against United, against big teams, so-called top 6 teams. Even Arsenal at times, I know it's a bit more end-to-end, but even when we were taking the lead in those games, we felt comfortable. Maybe the second half, not so much, but in the first half, we did, even though we conceded. But this Chelsea game, it felt like the goal was just coming and coming. They were on our necks. And we usually play with more structure against sides like that. But I felt like we didn't in the first half. So yeah, was really worried about the second half and how we were going to cope with Chelsea because it looked like the goal was coming. So what does Emery do? In-game tactics, in-game management, something we rarely see. Half-time, Kamara's off, Callum Chambers comes on. Now, Callum Chambers is a weird one because he's had some great games. Last season had some really good games. Against Leeds, was a big one last season where he played really well. He's had a few other decent games from last season, but this season it hasn't really clicked. Even the games where he's come on to replace Kamara against Crystal Palace, he's come on here and there. He's not looked with it. So I understood the reason why we took off Kamara because he was in. He just looked injured, just didn't look at the pace whatsoever. But I was worried that it was Callum Chambers coming on. But eating my words, he was fantastic when he came on. He was really well. We went more into a free, stretched out Ashley Young, so he was playing more as a right wing back. Moreno was playing more as a left wing back. And sometimes we were going into that, that 6-2-2 that we've seen just to start them attacking us and stretching us. So we still had 4 compact in the middle and then 2 out wide to deal with Chilwell and Loftus-Cheek on the wings. And it was effective. It really was effective because they could no longer come through the middle now. They had to operate out wide where we had players to cope with it. So they resorted to just chucking in long balls or crosses within that half. But before we get to that, so yeah, great tactical change it seemed by Emery for the second half. But before their little period of play came, we managed to grab the second. Austin McPhee's really earning his corner. Another set piece we scored off. Douglas Luiz played the ball short to, I think is it Konza who's touched it? It might be Konza who's touched it. It's fallen to Jacob Ramsey and he's laid it off. And McGinn has absolutely mad smacked it in. Scotland form coming into Villa. He's been unbelievable recently. He's been probably the last 10 games he's been our best player. He's been incredible. What a strike. Just absolutely levered it. Bottom corner, kept no chance. What was interesting was that was from a corner. From that set piece, McGinn was the last man. So if Mudryk or whoever was any closer had blocked the shot, there would have been literally one-on-one with Martinez. So we've really gone for it from this set piece. We've dragged them all our players in to create space for McGinn on the edge of the box to hit it. And he's absolutely rifled it. If they'd have got a deflection, God knows, it would have been like 3 on Martinez or something like that if they'd have blocked it. Yeah, it was so interesting. We had literally all 10 outfield players in that section, like 20, 25 yards away from goal, all in front of McGinn. Maybe some out wide like Douglas Luiz, and I think Ashley Young was the other one who was on the far right, but everyone was in that area. So yeah, he had to get it on target. Well, he had to get the shot off without it getting blocked, and he's absolutely rasped it, absolutely smacked it, bottom corner. Great finish. McGinn's first goal since November 21, is it? It's been coming. He always has those shots from distance, and they've been going wide or skewing away. He's had loads of chances where he's decided to head the ball into the shooting it in like the 6-yard box and stuff, and finally it's a goal that his performances have deserved because he's been quality recently. So yeah, McGinn makes it 2-0. Mad scenes, absolute strike, quality goal. So that's 55 minutes now. Villa of old again. You'd be stressing, there's still 35 minutes to play. Chelsea, if they get one, they're going to be on our case and they could get a second easily. Can we hold out? Can we control the game from here? And as we've done under Unai Emery, once we've gone 2-0 up against these big sides away from home, we've cruised it. Spurs away, cruised it after 2-0, shut up the game. Even Brighton 2-1 when we took the lead, second half, we controlled the game. They didn't really create anything. Other away performances, they're the big 2 ones that stick out as teams who are top 6 teams. We've taken the lead, got a 2-goal lead away from home, and we've just controlled the game. And this followed in similar vein. I thought Chelsea tried to. João Felix had a good run where he got a shot on target against Martinez, but I don't think they really created anything dangerous. As I said, they were trying to get it out wide and get it into the box, and they were getting into the box to players who were, don't really have any height or any impetus in the box. They're not really going to impose themselves in the box against a Mings, a Chambers and a Konza. And they were dealing with everything. Martinez was fantastic. He was collecting stuff, coming to claim stuff, which he always does. And we really just shut the game out. I know they had a lot of block shots and shots that were just going wide, but they weren't really threatening us after the 2-0. And the game just killed the game out. It really killed the game out. And, you know, we had opportunities to get a third on the transition. Bailey nearly hit one. We had a few opportunities that sense, but all in all, fantastic subs. That Chambers sub really changed the game for me, because the onslaught and the pressure and the siege we were under that first half, the goal was coming, and that half-time whistle was a real blessing, because it allowed Emery to change in-game management, change it, talk to the team, and we saw that 6-2-2 being put in place. Sometimes it was, 5-4-3, and it just meant we had people. We had 5 or 6 players covering across the pitch. So it made the centre more compact, yet we were still covering out wide. And it was a huge difference compared to the first half, where we couldn't get out wide. The middle was getting more open because we were so stretched. Second half, we weren't stretched. We stayed in our shape and won comfortably. And it looks like now that's got part of the sack. So Unai Emery, another masterclass in tactics. You can say all the extra or anything, but really, they had the Mudryk shot, which Martinez had led to, the one-on-one, fair enough, but we've hit the bar, we've had a one-on-one as well. And then I think João Felix had a couple, of chances here and there, the disallowed goal maybe, but they didn't really create anything else that was serious. Kovacic was just smacking shots here, there and everywhere. Shots going wide. Kai Havertz trickled a few shots, no powering. Thought we played really well that second half. And really just closed the game out. Fantastic result. Great result. And now there's talk of European football. And I'm starting to believe. I can't lie. I'm starting to believe, because I'm seeing us go to big teams we never get results against. Or if we did get a result, it would be very, very fluky. Very fluky. I'm not saying yesterday we deserved it that much, but I thought, considering the first half, on the second half performance, we did deserve it, because we played so well defensively. It was a real defensive, struggling performance, gritty performance. And I'm starting to believe now, because you win away at Brighton, you win away at Spurs, you win away at Chelsea, you beat United at home. There's some huge results. You're beating everyone around you, home or away now. We're starting to really pick up form in that sense. And you start to believe. I'm starting to believe. 2 huge games now. We face a team Tuesday whose manager's been sacked today as well, in Leicester, and Brendan Rodgers. I'm going to do a match preview for that before speaking about that one. But yeah, 2 huge games coming up. And if we win both of those, then, we are well in there. We're 9 points off third. Okay, teams may have game in hand, but we're 9 points off third. Do you know how crazy that is? If you'd have said that to me when Gerrard was here. 9 points off third. It's all to play for still. And we have Newcastle, we have Brentford, we have Brighton, we have Fulham, we have Liverpool. That's 5 teams around us, in and around us, who we have to play. Spurs, 6 teams who are in and around us, who we have to play. So we control our own destiny here. We really do. Leicester, not Forest, and then those 6, and then a couple others, I think, that we still got to play. So we really do control our own destiny. If we beat everyone around us, or get a point here but beat the majority, we'll be right up there. We'll be 6th, 7th. We will be, because that's just how it works, because we're playing everyone around us. So yeah, I'm really starting to believe now, and hopefully it continues on Tuesday. I thought best players in the match for me, McGinn again, man of the match for me, outstanding, creative, keeping hold of possession. These were the things when McGinn was playing centre midfield, and this is what's mad. Now McGinn's, under Emery, started out right wing. When he's had to come in the middle, so against the last game in a bit, well, the last game especially against Bournemouth when he played centre mid, because Kamara was injured, and when he had to come in the middle when Kamara went off yesterday, he's been outstanding. I think he's gained so much confidence playing right wing. Now he's coming to the middle. He's realised how he can play. He's keeping his passes simple. He's not losing the ball like he used to, because he could only play with his left foot. He's playing to his strengths, And you can see it, and he's getting confidence. He's going past people again that McGinn used to do back in the Championship 3 seasons ago, or however long it was, 3.5, 4 seasons ago. He's really unlocking everything, and his shooting is just icing on the top. He's got his goal, hit the bar as well. He's flying at the minute. I thought Alex Moreno was quality yesterday. He had a tough task yesterday, dealing with, Havertz, Reece James, Loftus-Cheek, and João Felix interchange on that side, and I thought he coped really well with it. Really, really good performance. And that spot's his now. Digne gets nowhere near it because he's combative going both ways, and he's starting to show how good he is defensively as well. I thought Jacob Ramsey, again, unbelievable game for him. 2 opportunities to square it, which I didn't bring up in the first half, which, they will come. But his ball progression, he just gets us out of so much trouble. He really takes charge and takes us up the field. And if he can just start getting his head up a bit more at times and really start honing in on that talent that he has, getting shots off or squaring it to Watkins or whoever's in the box, we'll have some player on our hands, which I think we will do. But yeah, yesterday he was skipping past Loftus-Cheek, Enzo Fernandez, Kovacic, like they weren't even there. They couldn't get near him. Really, really good game for him. And then the centre-backs, Konza and especially Emery. Emery really stood out yesterday. Quality performance. Big saves. 2 against Mudryk. The one against João Felix second half. Claimed everything. Passing was decent except for the one with Kamara, but apart from that, passing was great. Really, really stood out. And yesterday he broke the record of 100 games, most clean sheets. His 100th game, he got his 34th clean sheet, beating Bosnich and Brad Friedel. So that's no meat feat for the club. Unbelievable keeper in the Premier League. That's a great record to have. And he was quality yesterday. Really, really good performance. And it was so good it's ended up getting Graham Potter the sack. So great result. And then let's talk about the man himself, Unai. Just the change in the whole team's mentality, the way he tries to bring in the fans, the way we've structured, the way he's making tactical changes, and he's not always getting it right. Let's not be around the world. He hasn't got every single thing right, but we're learning from mistakes that we've made in previous games, which is the big thing for me. When you're making mistakes, trying to implement something, and you're starting to learn it, and you're noticing different patterns. We play different ways how to get out of sticky situations. There was some lovely football we were playing yesterday, getting into great situations, especially in the first 20 minutes. We were just popping it around and really causing them trouble. And that was fantastic to see. And long may it continue, because we really will have something if we can stick to this. And, this season, even still, there's still a lot to play for. For Watkins keeps on fire. He's really... Watkins' confidence is through the roof now. I think that's partly Emery, partly Danny Ings going as well, so he knows that's his role. I think Watkins operates the best when he knows he's number one and he's got full faith in him. John McGinn's a revelation. Douglas Luiz is stepping up even more now. I thought Douglas Luiz was a great player before this, but he's just going on to another level now. More responsibility. He's our guy in the centre midfield, and he's really taking that. I think centre-backs are starting to step up now. Still some iffy situations. But sometimes we're playing passes through the lines that are really, getting us into from defensive to attacking transitional positions in 2 passes when we can get them through team centre midfield. But it's team dependent who we play against. We're starting to change how we play against certain teams, etc. Moreno, great signing for what we've needed at left back. Really allows us to push forward. Digne's just not as quick, not as good as getting back, and not as good as defensively, I don't think. And I think they offer similar, if not more, from Moreno going forward, because he can cross a ball, as we saw against West Ham with the Watkins header, and he can get in behind as well and take a player on. So yeah, really good, really, really good. Just the whole mentality at the club's changed, and let's just keep on going. Let's just hope we can keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because I'm starting to believe, Conference League, maybe even Europa League's a strong possibility, because it's all in our hands right now. So yeah, it was nice to see, certain platforms taking notice of us and our record, because it's been a long time coming. Of course, it had to beat Chelsea for them to start recognising it, even though Chelsea have been poor. But It's been a long time coming because the record speaks for itself, the results speak for themselves, and the points total speaks for itself under Unai Emery. So yeah, I would be doing a match preview for the Leicester game. So if you, again, like, comment and subscribe and share this video as well if you've enjoyed it. I want to start making it more interactive as well and getting people on, which we will be doing in the future. Maybe asking people if they want to come on so we can bounce thoughts and ideas off each other. But yeah, this is a nice one to get back into the groove, back into my videos. As I said, I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back now. The content's going to keep pushing through. Match preview for Leicester will be coming. Big game, talking about how they'll want to, get 3 points against us, because they're in the relegation zone now. They're 2 points off, but well, not 2 points. They're second from bottom right now, and they're in deep trouble. So they'll be craving 3 points against us. They really need it. How will they set up now? There's no Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers is a very fluid manager. He plays all sorts of formations, plays players in all different positions. What's going to be their set tactics now? And, Emery will be cold to that because no one really knows. If they'll play the same way, possibly, that they did at Villa Park and try and catch us in transition. Hopefully, Emery's been cooking something for him. And I'm sure he has been. On that coach journey back, if you've seen the picture on that Aston Villa posted, he was already on their laptop doing the analysis. So, big standards. I saw someone tweet today, which was a great tweet. I thought, since 92 to 2010, our standards were top 8 finish. They were literally top 8 finish, getting cup finals, winning trophies in the League Cups. And because the last 13 years that we've had, standards have dropped. But Emery understands that this is albeit good now, but this isn't the standard at Aston Villa that we've been missing for the last decade. Because really and truly, we were a top 8 club every season, looking for Europe, getting into Europe under Martin O'Neill, getting into cups finals, winning League Cups, back in the 90s, finishing near the top of the Premier League when it first started. These are the standards at Aston Villa. And okay, the last decade's not been great since the O'Neill era, but Emery understands that, and albeit this run's been fantastic, this is not the level of that. This is just us looking at a top 10 side. We need to be better than that. The club of our size, we should be a top 8 side minimum and getting back to those standards. So that's the impressive thing for me. That's what I like to see. Not resting on your laurels. So fantastic. Anyway, that's been it from me, Penno. Again, like, comment, share and subscribe. Leave a comment in the on the video. Let me know your thoughts on how the game went, how you think we'll finish this season. What are your aspirations for this season? Can we get into European football? And your thoughts on Unai Emery and any players and how you think they're playing right now and how the season's going. Thanks again. Once again, thank you very much, and see you in the match preview for the Leicester game. Cheers.